One of the main speakers from last night was Parliamentary Secretary of Disabilities, Mr. Bill Shorten. Mr. Shorten gave us a clue about what he's taking away from the Games this week.
Since the beginning of the Olympics in ancient Greece, 2,800 years ago, when wars were interrupted and soldiers were allowed an interval of peace to compete on fields of honour for crowns of glory, sport has always been a way of honouring effort and praising personal discipline, and periodically as well, for a time at least, for avoiding and replacing war. In the modern times, sport cannot stop war, but the modern Olympics have become an accepted way for disadvantaged minorities, the American children of slaves, the Australian stolen generation, the African tribespeople who were colonised, to lift themselves out of poverty into wealth and renown, and indeed, on the sporting field, a temporary equality. It is no accident that we look up to our athletes as role models, and that we cheer for them and we grieve for them for the ups and downs of their careers. Australia loves its sporting heroes in the same way that other countries exalt their artists or their famous generals. When we see athletes perform, we see courage, grace under pressure, the hard work. We see in our athletes virtues which we would wish to possess for ourselves. And I know, and you know, especially the families here, how hard the athletes of the Special Olympics train. How much they've had to do to be here today. I'm not sure if most of the athletes here see themselves as ambassadors or role models or fighters against discrimination, but they are. All Special Olympians and their families are trying to right a wrong. For once, when you come to this part of Australia for these next 6 days, I do not see families who are struggling. I see parents who are proud of their children. We wonder how they do it. I see parents and siblings and friends who are DNA hardwired to encourage their family members. I do not see, when I see these athletes walking the parade, I do not see people with autism. I do not see people with Down syndrome. I see athletes in 22 different sports who are having a go. People defined by an impairment. I see instead loving love, complex individuals with hundreds of attributes, not the least of which is that they are remarkable athletes, and we will all see that in Australia for the next 6 days in Adelaide. I love the Special Olympics because it gets people to stop looking at someone's disability and it gets them looking at their ability. And if we could bottle the next 6 days and sprinkle it over a whole year in Australia, then the world of Australia would be a far better place than it currently is. To finish, Eunice Kennedy Shriver did say to the Special Olympians that you are stars and the world is watching you. She was right. She said that by your presence you send a message to every village, to every city, to every nation, a message of hope. I would say to all of you here, the Special Olympics family, that you are modest people, but you are remarkable and generous and capable people. I'd like to say to you, play hard, play fairly, but above all, have fun, and most importantly, as your wife says, be brave